Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we are going to talk about...
We're going to talk about Justice Aileen Cannon.
There's two words that are contradiction terms.
Yeah, so we want to ask Spirit on whether Jack Smith now has enough to finally start the process to remove her from this case.
So, as a Republican, you would maybe admit that she's seems to show a touch of a bias. Party of Law and Order. This is pretty much a black and white Law and Order case. What are you waiting for?
Honestly, I don't think her bias is any greater than Fox News' bias, really.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go.
Of course, the Justice Department's supposed to show no bias.
Was it fair and neutral? What's fair and balanced? I think that's Fox's lie.
Yes. Okay, so does Jack Smith have enough to finally get her off this case?
Man, I hope so. Let's see what we got.
Well,
Entertainment purposes only. What do we know? We're just a couple of knuckleheads reading tarot cards on the internet.
Exactly.
Two of Wands. Okay, so foundation of the reads, Two of Wands.
We got decisions to make.
Exactly. Planning that's happening. Looking at the big picture, planning. It's like that contemplation. Him looking at, do I have enough to go off of? This case is really important, and you have to make sure that if you take your shot, that you don't miss.
Yep.
And it's crossed with the Page of Pentacles. So, is this enough information to practically remove her from this case? And this case has a lot of value to it because, again, we're talking national secrets here, and you're going to be messaging about the values of the case, and you've got a judge who appears to be compromising the values of this case. So there's a lot for him to think about here. In the past, we got the Justice card. The whole point of this case is to bring justice for the United States. He's representing the United States, the people of the United States.
The Justice Department is under a lot of attack lately by Trump and his friends.
Yeah, the FBI is out to assassinate him, apparently.
Yes.
And we all know that's the CIA's job.
Exactly.
So leave the FBI out of this.
Yeah.
Current situation is the Wheel of Fortune. Could happen.
Yeah.
Cannon keeps providing more and more ammunition for him, and it's just literally he has to decide if the timing's right. Two major arcana here, by the way. She's really setting herself up for a fall. Overarching energy is the Hanged Man. Now, this could be looking at things in an all-new light or throwing somebody under the bus. And I think the overarching energy is, has she done enough for her own undoing? Or if he brings this too soon, if this case isn't ripe enough for it, he's going to undo his authority on things. So there is a balance here as to what's going on. God dang, man. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana here. The lesson to be learned is judgment.
The message has to go out to the faithful.
Exactly. Well, yeah, and justice, I'll rise here. Jack Smith needs to trust his judgment. I think his gut feeling, he knows when the timing is right. And he will act when the timing is right. It may not be when we want it.
Clearly not, because it would have happened already.
Yeah. But I think he's got the timing down. Temperance. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. The sun's rising. He has about everything he needs. I don't think he's going to bring it to them over this particular ruling. But no, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana here. Jack Smith, he's got it. He's got this. It may not be this ruling. It's literally right now, he is waiting for the right time to strike.
Yep.
And I do mean that in the term to strike, like a snake, like a lightning bolt. He's got
a union auto worker.
He's got this thing. He's got basically all these pins lined up, and he's ready to knock them down.
Yeah, it's clearly we'd like it to move a lot faster, getting her off there, because there's no reason why this case is dragged on this long.
Yeah.
But I think that's where the Hangman card comes in. Is he's looking at this from a different perspective than what we're looking at it.
His timeline's different than ours.
Yeah, and it's clearly you don't want to go off too early on this, because if they keep her on there, she's already biased enough towards Trump. You don't need her being antagonistic towards the prosecutor as well. So I would agree. It's coming. It's not coming at the timeline we want it to come at. It's going to come at his timeline, but it's going to come, and it's going to be successful.
Okay, so I think the question folks would want to know
Well, there you go. Is it going to be successful? I just assumed it was going to be successful.
It's going to be successful. But I think the bigger question is, will she be removed before, in such a way that this case could be heard prior to the elections?
Okay.
Right? Will her removal allow for this case to be heard prior to the elections?
I like that.
Yeah. Yes or no question.
Yeah.
With some underlying things.
Well, we'll see.
Let's see if we get a maybe answer.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
No biases here.
Agreements.
There's an agreement.
Coming through here. Okay. Red and blue coming to an agreement here on this case. We're going to do a four-quarter. There's a celebration.
Yes.
People are celebrating the
happy events.
The decision.
Yeah.
There's the Queen of Pentacles, which we had as her.
Yeah, it's kind of a nurturing thing.
And there's that Page of Pentacles underneath there.
You should shuffle these cards a little more.
You think I would.
Good God, it's the same. Why didn't we just take the cards we threw previously and
just mix them
up? Spin them around?
Will it happen before the election? I'm going to say that's a yes. I think there's an agreement to remove her. It's her actions here that are the problem. There's evidence of this case. This case is too important for her to keep holding it up. And something needs to be done. I think it's understood that the voters need to know this before the election. Mm-hmm. I think she gets removed before the election. It is entirely possible that this case... I guess if it would start before the election. I'm not convinced it happens before the election. I am convinced she gets removed before the election.
Okay.
But I don't know if this case goes forward. There's so much... There's so much that needs to happen. There's a lot of hearing. And basically, she's delayed this thing for so long.
Yeah.
That it might be hard-pressed for another judge to get on there and get this thing back on track. I imagine it's possible, but we'll see. I realize that's the question we asked, and I'm hedging my bets. Maybe I'm just not getting my hopes up.
Yeah.
That agreement just more to me is just like they've come... It's like the decision's been made to remove her. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to throw on that.
How about
It's hard to come up with these questions.
Yeah, well, did you... will there be a verdict before the election? Is that
God, no. I think we'd be lucky if... will the case start before the election? I think there's no chance of us getting a verdict, but will the case start? Which is kind of what we were asking on that last one. Queen of Wands. Might have a new judge here. A new judge that comes in the summertime. This is kind of my Tanya Chutkin card, so maybe we'll hear something on the January 6th front. Keeping emotions in check. Got the King of Cups. Could be Biden. Two of Coins.
There's that balancing again.
Yeah. Knight of Swords. I think they're going to appoint a new judge. I think it's going to be a female judge. This judge is going to move very quickly. This judge, she moves quickly. Her emotions are in control. It's kind of like an emotionally mature judge who keeps her emotions and everybody else's emotions in control. You got this
That's kind of an emotional balance, right?
Well, this is more health, wealth.
That's true.
This is also my card of flipping. So, if there's a new judge on the case, it could be that Waltinata or Carlos de Oliveira decides to flip. Or if Trump has his health event, or do we have a health cards in here? If Trump were to have his health event, that could cause this whole case to speed up. If Trump weren't able to, just as if Trump were to have a medical event such that he could not stand trial, mentally competent,
they wouldn't delay it.
Why? He can't go to trial. It's like they can't prosecute him, so they'd go after Nada and the other guy, and Trump would be tried in absentia or something like that.
He would never stand for that.
Well, they're not going to convict him. It's just like, he can't go to trial. He's not competent for trial.
Yeah.
And he'll never be competent for trial. So what do you do with these other two clowns?
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the balance.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's like these two guys are left like holding the bag, like, wait a minute, it's a conspiracy, and the main person in the conspiracy who was going to pardon us isn't able to do that anymore. I think honestly, what happens is, okay, I put the cards away too fast. I think what happens is we had the King of Cups and the Two of Coins. Queen of Wands, new judge. King of Cups, Biden's reelected, which means Trump is not president, which means he can't pardon anybody.
Yeah.
And then you have the guys flipping because there's no chance of a pardon.
Yeah, that's really the only reason why they're so locked and loaded with Trump is that they're betting the whole farm that he's gonna.
The minute Trump loses that election, there's going to be negotiations back there. Biden's there, and those two guys are going to flip because there's no chance that they are going to do anything but serve time in prison for this. So you might as well serve as little time as possible.
So it sounds like the answer is the trial is going to go past the election, but if the election goes Biden's way, it's basically.
I think the trial does not start before the election. I think Biden wins the election, and when Biden wins the election, it's going to be a race between Walt Nauta and Carlos de Oliveira. Was
that the Knight of Swords card that?
I think there's going to be a lot of quick action that takes place.
Yep.
Who can turn coat first?
Yep.
They might even finally get rid of their Trump lawyer and get a lawyer that represents them.
Get a proper lawyer. Yep.
No, so will it happen before the election? I don't think it will. Will this case get resolved? This case will get resolved. Two of the co-conspirators will, at least one, if not both of them, are going to plead out. It'll be a race to see who pleads out first.
Yep.
And
then the case will rocket forward from there.
There's only one person left.
Yep, exactly.
And the guys that moved the boxes are testifying against the guy who told them. It's the New York criminal trial all over again, except there's no defense witnesses this time.
Yep.
And then he's found guilty. I mean, this is the most slam dunk case. Unfortunately, we're not going to have this slam dunk case to save us in the election. So get out and vote.
Yeah, we got to get out there and do it ourselves.
Yep. Okay, so that's what I got. Anything for you?
That's it for me.
Thank you for watching this video and supporting our channel. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. The like and subscribe helps share it with the friends.
Yep.
Leave a comment. We do read them.
It feeds the YouTube algorithm so that it brings it out to new folks. And then, they get to hear that Waltinata and Carlos de Oliveira in a death match.
Maybe Waltinata and Carlos de Oliveira need to hear this reading.
Ooh, yeah, share it with them.
Yeah, they may get that Knight of Swords running a little faster there.
See Carlos telling Waltin, hey, look over there for a second. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.